Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, folks, Happy New Year to you. As we kick off a new year, we're starting things off on a wet note, especially across northern Utah this morning. Central and southern sections, things are drying out for now. Let's look ahead at the weather pattern. Here's what we're tracking. Again, those showers coming in with the backside of that upper low this morning will give us some morning valley rain across northern Utah. But in the central and northern mountains, that'll fall in the form of some snow. We could see a couple more inches of snow on top of the widespread 6 to 12 we saw yesterday. Otherwise, let's move into the rest of your weekend. I think Saturday is your pick day of the weekend. We should be primarily dry during the day on Saturday, but by Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to introduce more wet weather conditions here with rain in the valleys and in the mountains above about 7,500, 8,000 feet. We'll see that falling in the form of snow again. Now, as we move throughout most of next week, it stays unsettled and active, but also it does look to trend colder through the week. And that sets us up for the potential of maybe even a decent valley snow chance by the time we get towards the end of the week. Again, it's still 6-7 days out, so let's not necessarily hang our hats on this potential, but just know the potential is there. All right, look at the numbers out there right now. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s across the northern half of the state, but that's above freezing, so that's why it's primarily liquid in the valleys. You get into some of the higher elevations, 30 in Vernal, 32 Price, Emory at 32 degrees. Same temperatures up for portions of the Wasatch Back, so that's where we're seeing more of this falling as some wintry weather this morning. And with the upper low rotating on through the area this morning, it'll squeeze out some more moisture with that northwesterly flow. So our north and central mountains, you've got this winter weather advisory through 11 o'clock this morning. Areas above 7,000 feet, especially as you get above 7,500 feet, likely to see a couple of inches of snow develop once again this morning to add on to the 6 to 12 inches you've already picked up yesterday. So this is overall meaning there are going to be some conditions that are going to be a little treacherous, especially as you get up towards the Cottonwood Canyons and places like that. All right, here's a look at the radar right now. You can see this band of moisture kind of settling south here across the northern portions of the state. We'll see this band kind of rotating through during the morning hours. Again, in the mountains, as you get over towards the Bear River Range, that's falling as snow. But once you get into the valleys, it is falling as rain along the I-15 corridor, and we have those showers stretching from Tremonton all the way down into the Layton area. Let me walk you through Futurecast here and show you what's expected. Again, the valley rain and mountain snow kind of dwindles as we go throughout lunchtime, and then by the afternoon, I think we're dry across the state. Sunshine from central and southern Utah with a mixture of sun and clouds across the north. That'll stick around into your Saturday. I think Saturday during the day will be primarily dry out there across the area, but then as we get into Saturday night into Sunday, valley rain and mountain snow chances will build back in. That'll stay with us on Sunday. That'll stay with us on Monday as well. Even into early Tuesday, we could see that trend continuing. But take a look at this. Milder conditions heading into the weekend, but as we get past the weekend into next week, I'm going to be watching a colder pattern starting to shape up, and that colder pattern could mix with a southern storm track by the time we get towards the end of the week, which could mean the potential of, yes, even some valley snow. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that. St. George, I've got us in the 50s all the way until the end of next week, with off and on rain showers returning Sunday into Monday. And then notice highs only in the 40s by the end of next week. The Wasatch Front, we've got morning showers tapering off in the afternoon hours. And then notice 50s for Saturday, your pick day of the weekend, before more active weather Sunday through Tuesday. And then we'll keep an eye on the end of next week for a colder pattern setting up. All right, here's a quick check of the roads as we get you out the door this morning. You'll be able to see, again, not too bad. This is up towards I-84. We've been watching this. We've had some rain, then we had some snow. Things are seemingly tapering off now, but still notice roadways are wet. Same story as you get down towards the Wasatch Front. Places like the Woods Cross area seeing some rain coming down, picking up in intensity out there right now as that upper low moves on through. Guys?